Well, hey everybody, I'm going to do a nice run today. It's been raining a lot, so everything's pretty wet, and it gets dark so early up here. But I'm out, just through daylight left, so let's get this going. Alright, so this is the TRX4. I've heavily modified it. Obviously added a roof rack, accessories, added lights, sound, a nice RC four-wheel drive worn winch. This is the good one. This will pull a lot of weight, 70 pounds pull or a 50-pound deadlift. That's pretty impressive for enough 12 volts, or well, it says 11.1, but these things charge up to about 12 volts. This is what I'm using. It's my power supply. I got the Radio Link 8-channel beauty here, RC8X. I'm using the newer receivers, the 2.1, so it works with a 0.3 millisecond lag and servo response. Pretty cool. Great if you're racing, I guess. I mean, it's nice having good servo response just in general. Has the lift kit added to it. It's a Traxxas lift kit. And so I added the 2.2 wheels and the bigger tires, RC four-wheel drive tires, the Rock Crusher XTs. Wheels are actually, I don't know the brand name because I got them on Amazon. I liked them. They fit really good. They center up really well. They don't have these off-center balance issues where some of these off-market wheels, they don't center up just right, even if they're sitting on the hex or on the the mount. For whatever reason, they'll be a little lopsided. Like the set on my yellows, I had to make sure they were set on just right before I tighten that main bolt down. Though the yellow truck, which is pretty cool, is that you just undo these 6 around it, or 6 around it, and it'll allow you to take the wheel off like a real wheel, which is pretty cool. This one's a little different. This is just a cover, and then you can pull that off. But everything's working good. I did a test run. It works great. Has a sound system in it, lights. The lights are pretty cool. I forgot the name brand, but they are not from Traxxas. I would do Traxxas, but you have to have a lot of Traxxas electronics in there, which I replaced all of them. So this other brand is it's a bit cheaper than Traxxas, but it works about the same. And I'll show you. I get this thing plugged in. Oof, filthy surfaces, but this is gonna be all right. With the winch, I did the remote instead of it being through the channels on here, because I ended up using all 8 channels. I could probably use another 2 just for different functions. Yeah, so this is separate, which is fine. And then you can hear my dog growling at one of the others. So obviously you have 3 little dogs. They don't always get along. The 2 young ones are closely age-based. All right, so the lights are in there, as you can see, which is nice. I got this one cable plugs in right here. That's where I mounted it, and everything functions. Let's put that down for here. Okay, make sure my neighbors aren't outside hanging out watching me. All right, so got the antennas. This is a 2 antenna system. So either you do it like that or like that. So I have it like that, which works fine. Kind of a V, but it works. I kind of used up a bit of it. These are about 12-inch long cords, antennas, but it works fine as is. All right, so with the lift kit, it gives you longer linkages for the remote lockers and a bunch of other stuff. I did a lot of different things. Used the Traxxas power inverter, so it takes the 12 volts down to 3. So these are the Traxxas Rock. These are the Traxxas Rock lights, because they were better rated, and since I found out how to make it work on this, it's just no brainer. Also a Traxxas bar light, all works off of this, and then basically it's set up. I have it through an electronic switch, so I just hit the switch and it'll turn the rock lights on and off. Pretty cool, versus it doing manually. So I figured that was a pretty no-brainer to do that. Different functions to work the lights, which I'll show you in a moment. For the winch, up and high out of the way. Traxxas censored motor to I think 2280, and I have it on a 9-tooth pinion, which is just low enough. I don't want to go lower than that, honestly. Moba X is nice censored setup, and they have, which is pretty cool. They do these different things. This was the Rock Crawler. This is the crawler set, so it came like this. Just more designed for crawling, different color. It's a Moba X with different color. I noticed if you get the Basher one, I think this is black, and this is green. So kind of cool that's up. But censored, all works great. It basically is a smart setup, so it'll work off the sensor on low speed and then go into sensor less when you're on higher speeds, which is fine. Works good. All right, sound box. And since this is the clip, the clip-on, no little clips, it's clipless. The system was, this one's a little hard to get on, but it works. All right, put your battery in. Move up just a little bit. I'm not sure if you guys can see that or not. Doesn't matter if you can't, that's gonna be edited out anyways. All right. And since the switch is right here, I can mount the body up. Of course, gotta plug it in first. Of course, when plugging it in, I like making sure the receiver, this transmitter's on, just in case. Power's going through everything. As you guys see, it's set. TRX4 Twin Bronco. I'm actually going to get this up here. Go ahead and link this in, so it's just a quick plug. I kind of like just making sure it's plugged in before plugging the batteries in. Very simple, as you can see, it's in. Not going anywhere. Very simple, very straightforward plug. Here we go. It's on a little tray, so bear with me. Just found this tray laying around the house. Like, my wife was using it for painting, so I figured I can just use it. She's not home at the moment. Go ahead and just do that. Plug that bad boy in. Power's on. And we're up. Really like this clipless body. This thing just get it. Okay, down. Tucked in. Ready to go. All right. Show you guys some stuff on the with this stuff. These are on. Darker, it's easier to see, but all right. So I removed the turn signal function because I need the channel for something else. I just do have it set up because everything's super sensitive. I'm running a programmable AGFRC servos, brushless, super nice, waterproof. Like I said, everything's been upgraded and updated. Very nice stuff. Okay, show you guys the oh no, that's not the rock lights. That's the transmission. I'm trying to remember, where did I put the rock? Oh, that's right. Rock lights are on this little turny thing. I put it on the knob. Rock lights are on the knob. Kind of see it, kind of don't. Hard to tell. Yeah, well, anyway, well, that's on. That's okay. Turn that back off. Easy to say this. All right, so we'll do this. Here, you get your hazards. Take hazard off. Quick. Press the button. Does that. Turns off your low beam, high beam. Off. Just your dailies and the hazards. All depends on how fast you press the button. Oops. All right, let's leave that on. That looks cool. All right, let's get going. Back screen off. Backlit screen off. All right, let's take this thing through its courses. Start up. All right. In the first gear. Kind of noisy, but it's an all metal drivetrain. Spur gear, which was nylon with a hardened steel, so now everything's kind of louder. I mean, it's an old hard steel drivetrain without. In 10 seconds, it shuts off the motor, the sound effect, which is cool. It's an all steel, hardened steel drivetrain. Even with the nylon spur gear, it's still going to be loud. So I just put the hardened steel one on there. All right. Sensor part's working good in low speed. We're gonna hit this. Now, so far nothing's locked. Crawling beautifully. Beautiful. I know, if this was a professional course, I'd be deducted points for having the backup. Yeah, it rubs a little bit. This is the thing with these 2.2, these taller tires and wheels, it will rub a little bit on the body. I did trim some of the rear bumper off so it wouldn't rub as much, but it still runs great. Still in first gear. Going up. I've yet to take this part. I just don't want to flip it over. Man, we'll see. Let's see what's trying. Oh dear. Yeah, we're gonna flip. We'll go this way. So far, so good. Rubs a little bit, but you know, it's not enough to make it stop moving, so or interfere with its motions. Yeah, that's high speed. All right. I will have different camera angles. Each week will be so you know, this week this way I have the camera on my head. Next week will be a with the what's it called, selfie stick, which still being filmed in one. Trying to film as much as I can in one day and stretch it out for a couple of Saturdays. If I release all my footage at once, then it doesn't really give me a lot. Pretty cool. Now this doesn't have the FOC function like the yellow FJ40 does. That brushless setup is a 2-in-1, has a motor ESC built into one. FOC is super nice, which basically means it keeps the torque constant, keeps everything really smooth. I mean, right now, all right, let's go ahead and I know the lockers are remote lockers and they're separate switches to turn them on and off. If I'm gonna use, I usually just turn them both on, because in reality, I kind of forgot which one is for front and rear, but whatever, it works, as you can see. Woo, we made it through. All right, let's turn the lockers back off. Prefer not to use the lockers unless I have to. And then, God, it's already getting cold. Sun's not supposed to set till like 4 o'clock, and I think it's almost 3 o'clock now. And it's getting cold. Or it's maybe a little after 3 o'clock. It's hard to say. And bullseye. Yes. More practice with. Oh, jeez. I don't get it. I'm usually pretty good at this. It's like when I film it, that happens. It's something to do with filming? I don't know. Every time I film, that crap happens. But thankfully, these mirrors can fold in on themselves if they have to. Nothing seems damaged. So, a hand of God moment, unfortunately. There we go. I don't get it. When I'm not filming, it's perfect. I can get these runs no problem. When I do film, I end up dumping it. It's something to do with filming, I guess. It can go wrong. It might go wrong when filming. But, you know, I want to slide off. But that's the point of the tightrope. There we go. Come on, baby. Come on. There we go. Drag brake is set perfectly. And then off we go. Oh. Alright, locker time. We're kind of just digging in there. Alright, both lockers on. I kind of redid this thing a bit, but then it just made it harder to use. Come on. God. It's too loose. Right, so I redid it, but I made it looser. Unfortunately, when I was putting it in there, I didn't pack it down hard enough, and it's too loose. I can't get traction. Oy. All right, hang on. And I even have the reverse set for like 50%, and it's still too much. I probably should put it set for 25. All right, well, if all else fails, these tend to help. Once it gets on these, it usually can curl the rest of the way up. And I'm sure that. There we go. There we go. It'll help. In reality, why not use those little aluminum, the steel ones? They're too short. It wouldn't do anything. It's just so, those are cool for accessories and looking at, but in reality, that's kind of length you need if you want to get anywhere with it. All right, let's go. At 10 seconds, it shuts off. I probably should have set for like 20, but whatever, it's fine. Lockers are still on. I'm gonna crawl this bad boy up. Not bad. All right, that made it. All right, let me turn the lockers off. Pop in a second gear, and then down the stretch we go. And get back, get better view. God, it's already getting cold. I may not be able to do the filming with the selfie stick while and get really good close-ups on it because it's a little too chilly. All right, let's. Now, since we're just coasting down, I may not need the lockers. So this is the only vehicle. So now I have 3 vehicles. I have the yellow FJ40. It's always locked. It's just how it is, but it runs beautifully. Fine with that. I have this bad boy. It's got remote front and rear lockers. I was gonna pick up this RC four-wheel drive one. Wasn't in stock when I was looking. I actually found a scratch and dent off of Tower Hobbies. It's still a new vehicle. It's just the light bar didn't work, which they dropped a lot of money off of it. So I bought it because it was a lot cheaper than buying a new one with the working headlight. They'd probably go bad anyway. Replace the light. So I'm currently working on this new vehicle that we bring out here. It's not heavily. It's not good. It's not as modified yet as it's going to be. I just made a few changes to make it more the way I want, and so it run on this radio. But it's not fully modified. It still has this brushed motor. It still has the stock wheels and stuff. But that one will be changed up at some point too. But you'll be seeing a stock, mostly stock run video of that. It's just I changed up so I can run this and the dig function on it. But you guys will see that. Yeah, I mean it was quite a bit off. Just quite a bit of money off for the new one I just bought, just because the light on the top didn't work, and I replaced it with a new, different one. And yeah, you guys will see it soon. Anyway, so I got this. Leaving the lockers are unlocked. I have the drag brake, I think, setting for like 20, I think. 10 or 20%, we'll see. We'll see how it goes here. But so far, so good. Definitely it's heavier than it was stock. And a little top heavy with that rack. I did remove quite a bit. I had a lot of weight on the top part of that rack at first. I stopped, I changed it. There we go. Not a big deal. Slow it down with the actual brake itself. That's not bad for a drag brake.